Alright everybody, so I decided I want to do a 60,000 mile review of my Scat Pack Charger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some time to go over issues I've had with the car since I've owned it, and basically, if I can remember everything, a solid mod list rundown of what's been done to the car. So here we go. So as far as issues, within the first month of me having the car, I was driving on the interstate and hit a ladder. And I hit it broadside, so it was on the flat side where the rungs are. Basically, smashed the front fascia of the car. So, first month having the car, I've had a new front fascia put on. So that was like an accident. Not really my fault. It was kind of out of my control. But 1 month into ownership, damaged front fascia, so new front fascia on the car. Next thing, as I was driving it, I remember the first about year, I noticed that there was a weird sound in the rear of the car when I would be making slow turns. And I did my research on different forums. I found out that there was a not necessarily a known issue, but a issue where the if you change the fluid in the rear differential, it would correct the issue. So about a year into ownership, took the car to the dealership, had them do a rear differential flush and change the fluid, and after that I've had no noise out the differential out the back end of the car, except for what's supposed to be there. So issue wise, those are the only things I've had happen in the past. Recently, I do have a code for the active exhaust sensor, so that's on the schedule to get fixed Monday. Basically, either the sensor or the flange for the active exhaust is stuck or messed up, so that's what's going to have to be fixed to get that corrected. So now what I'm going to do is go through a mod list. So I figure the easiest way to do this is to point and show as we go. Clearly the first thing you see, I did hydro dip the engine bay pieces. I did this on my own. It was not easy. It never turns out great the first time. A lot of work had to be done to redo pieces. You're looking at the final product. It did take a little bit of work to get to this point. I have added the air raid cold air intake. Like how it feels, how it sounds. It's a good add-on. I have the strut tower bar from Petty's Garage. That's a new add-on, or not a new add-on, but one of the things I added. And lastly, down here, oil catch can. That's good for the life of the engine, especially for these Hemis. So engine bay wise, this is the mods and things I've added as I've owned the car for a year. Last thing I've done engine bay wise, you'll see here the little connector pod. I do have the lighting trends engine bay and underglow lights, so you can't really see those. I'll throw a picture up of that, the lights after this part. So also, front to back, you'll see the vinyl. All the vinyl I put on myself. Ordered it from Amazon. Real simple. Cut it to the dimensions I needed. So I have it on the front. Added it on the gas cap. Did my own custom stripe. and added it to the rear just to give us a little bit of accent across the whole car. mainly to kind of fit in with the theme. Another mod done, got window tint. Just makes sense to have the same shade tint all the way around the vehicle, so that's an easy one. Now the biggest mod to the car to date. I am on the Airlift Performance kit for the Charger. I'm on the regular Airlift Performance front struts and the bags on the back, but I didn't do the Airlift rear struts. I'm on Koni's in the rear. And what you see here is my 5-gallon tank and my single compressor. Eventually I'm gonna get a second compressor and redo the whole fitment back here in the trunk for show season, but for now it works and it does what I need it to do. So here's an outside view of the dropped Charger on bags. Always fun. Alright, so one more mod I forgot to mention before, last one I'll talk about. Did a muffler delete. I kept the resonators, but I deleted the mufflers. So that's one that's always fun to have around town too. So the overall theme on the car, I went with Winter Soldier. So what I tried to do on the outside of the car is give it the feel of if Winter Soldier drove the car, if this was Bucky's car, or if he was on mission, whatever you want to call it. I just tried to delve into the theme a little bit. So that's where the winter digital camo. Did a red star on the hood. I did red star on the side. And I went with the lettering on the back. These are his trigger words. So I thought it fit with the theme very good. Our last thing I want to go over is for this year, most stuff I've done has been exterior, a little bit of performance stuff, but not much. But this year I'm going to be focusing on the inside of the car. So I've already ordered new interior mats. This year I will be dipping the console plate, the dash plate in the same camo that I have in the engine bay. And the last thing I'm going to be doing is swapping out the gauge clusters for the Speedo white Scat Pack background. So those things coming for this year. My big focus this year, I got 2 shows that I've never been to before that I'm very excited about. First one is in July, Chrysler Carlisle. I'm very excited for that show. I've never been up there. I heard it's a great experience, so I'm looking forward to that one. But since I've put the car on bags, my main focus this year is to have a good showing out at StanceCon, which will be in Virginia Beach in August. So that one I'm really looking forward to. That's like my target show this year. I'm looking forward to that whole experience. I actually get to be parked indoors at the Virginia Beach Convention Center, and it's going to be an awesome experience. So keep up with the channel, keep up with the car and things I do, and we'll see you on the next one.